Lost what I want. Okay, so first thing, this is for a bit of EAN6 feedback or just general feedback on how you might improve what you're doing so far, and then dealing with EAN7 as well. So first thing, yes, don't lose track of this, right? So I had published this, I think it's in the EAN3 section of Google Classroom, and I know it's for energy display devices, but really the format here you should maintain. Now, as I say, this is a bare bones thing, but the idea of assessment criteria, linking that to the Code for Sustainable Homes, your methodology, right? Detailing that. You don't have to write a lot, but you really need to refer to it. Okay, because a lot of you are skipping your methodology part. Risk assessment, you need to refer to the health and safety. Okay, and I'll show you the how this is going to be assessed in a minute. And then a results, right? And a conclusion. Okay, so that's the kind of general format. Now you can amend that. You can add in screenshots and Code for Sustainable Homes and so on. You can modify that. Please try and keep a structure to your work and make sure that your methodology refers very closely and clearly to, and the assessment criteria refers to the Code for Sustainable Homes. Now, in terms of what you're going to be assessed on, I can find that. So just having a look here, hopefully I can scribble on this page. The things that we're looking for. I'll mention that in a minute. Okay, so display a clear and thorough understanding of CSH measurement criteria. All right, so that I think will come into play here. So again, using that, right? So I know that was in the introduction as well, but you can also bring that through into the assessment or the practical part. The physical measurements. Okay, so this comprehensive range. So really what they're looking for is slight differences maybe, but I know it's limited enough. So increasing it required for the specific categories. So like the more complex would be EAN1 and 2. I think they're quite complex. And then you'll have some other measurements and so on. Detailed reference to health and safety. Right, so just carry that through. It doesn't have to be if you have a good risk assessment for internal and external, you just need to refer to it. And let's see, comprehensive and accurate calculations, don't worry about that. And then the last bit down here is make and record, right? So what's your data, right? So make sure that your tables, your results section is well done. Okay, high level technical skills, yes. And remember with methodology, you may have to list a practical procedure, right? I know some of you have sort of skipped that, when you were measuring your washing line and so on. And I know it seems a bit sort of fake, but really you just need something concise but detailed and good measurements. Record data in a range of formats. Now, this here, just to note, earlier in the spec, it says that what they're looking for is schematics. Now you can list those like flow diagrams and so on. So you don't need loads of them, but just try and get one in somewhere. Diagrams. Okay, again, that anywhere in the report is fine. Pictures, right? I've tried to encourage you to take photos. Please make sure you have tables, right? You'll all have tables, and then graphs. Now, your graphs might come in more in the discussion section, when you're trying to compare your credits awarded to total credits, you might be able to use bar graphs and stuff there. So anyway, just bear that in mind. That's what you're going to have to include. And you can see that health and safety consideration is both an AO2 and AO3. All right, so there's actually... You could think of it that there's maybe, 7 or 8 marks going just for decent health and safety referencing and consideration. And you'd probably be able to put that in the discussion as well. Right. I don't think there's anything here. Evaluation. No, we're not at that stage yet. Yes, obviously excellent written communication. That will come on in throughout the whole thing. Now, where am I at? Right. So that's feedback for EAN6. Now, EAN7. Let's have a look at it. Okay, so again, keeping your format. Now, the one thing to watch for here is, we're not going to kind of go into the SAP calculations because they're vile. So what I think we want to do here is you're going to do a survey, right? And what you're going to say in your methodology, all right, is you're first of all going to do survey for the low and zero carbon technologies, and then say that, so you're going to do a survey, I'll repeat myself, and then if you find the technologies, you're going to, now you need to go for get an energy assessor. You're going to, you have an energy, accredited energy assessor. Okay, so that's the idea, is that you're going to get somebody who will actually do the SAP calculations for you, to complete SAP calculations. All right, standard assessment procedure calculations. Okay, so I think that will get you out of actually having to think about that yourselves. You know, that you're doing the survey, you're not qualified to actually do the energy assessment, right? But you're going to refer it on. So I think that will keep you right, and say refer to page that will link into the assessment criteria methodology. Now, so you go, and even if you have low and zero carbon technologies at home, can I strongly suggest you don't find them? Now, your survey for what they are, right? What are you looking for? Okay, so I just had a look at some people's, and you kind of made them up, right? So you need to have, so they particularly mention, oh yes, I forgot. Yes, actually this here. Okay, so we've got, so you're looking for this, right? So you can survey for this. So this thing here, Directive 2009-28 EC, now I have gone to the bother of hunting that out for you. Okay, so here it is, right? I will post it in, but you're going to just reference it. And actually, it's really hard to find a list. There's no list of low zero carbon technologies, but what I did find was a paragraph that we're just going to steal. And it's paragraph 3 here, right? So you can see, oh my God, maybe that's gone. Let's not let me do that. Okay, so paragraph 3. So I have pasted this in somewhere. There it is. All right. So what I want you to do is your survey, right? When you're listing the technologies you're looking for, just take these ones. Okay. So biomass, small scale biomass, boiler stove, if you want to include that, solar photovoltaic, solar thermal system, shallow geothermal system, and heat pumps. Okay, so list those, survey for those. Don't, for the love of God, find any. Okay, and then you should conclude that you've 0 credits. Otherwise, we're down a rabbit hole of SAP calculations that we can't do. All right, but as I say, the whole thing is to show that you understand the criteria, that you know what you would do in the circumstances. All right, I hope that gives you something to hook onto. And as I say, always make references to page numbers and so on. I'll post that EU document, so you can find a reference. That's up to you to find a reference for it. And I think the page number I do have as L140 34, it has on the top. All right. So hopefully that will let you carry on with EAN 7.